So the first line include stdio.h. This line attempts to include the standard input-output library. So this library provides functions like printf and scanf. Sa int main, this defines the main function which is the entry point for any C program. It returns an integer value. So this int in nig, and here three integer variables n, I, and g are declared. So n will store the number of rows entered by the user, and I and g will be used as loop counters in the nested loops. So SLR, this function clears the screen. So the enter the number of rows. This line prompts the user to enter the number of rows for the pattern. So scanf %d, and this line reads the integer input provided by the user and stores it in the variable. So for the loops, for this I equals 1 semicolon, I is lesser than or equal to n semicolon, I increment. So this line, this is the first loop for, which controls the number of rows to print. It starts from I equals 1 and iterates until I lesser or equal to n. So the second loop is, this is the nested for loop inside the first one. It controls the number of times a particular row element is printed. For each row, it runs j from 1 up to I, meaning the current row number controls how many times the number is printed. So print %di. Inside the inner for loop, this line prints the value of I without a new line. This means it prints the row number I multiple times depending on j. Sa print f, open parentheses, and so printf, open parentheses, notation, \n, notation, close parenthesis, semicolon. This, after finishing each row or the inner loop, this line prints a new line, moving the output to the next row. So lastly, the getch. This function waits for a key press like clear screen. It also a non-standard and is mostly used in older compilers like Turbo C. Can be removed or replaced with return 0. But we are using dosbox, so we use getch. So let's try to run this program. So I enter a number of rows 5. So the output has 5 rows.